Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's all about build up to EDO 2020. Yeah, but if time permits, we'll go into the security situation of the country. But for now, let's focus more in what is happening in Edo State. I've introduced it before, but we'll have to make a combination of permutations, so to speak, to get the discussion balanced. I'd like to welcome once again Esosa Omogbe. Welcome to TMI, Esosa. I know you've been watching, you've been observing, you have so much points to make, so I'm going to allow you to express yourself. We'll talk about this particular topic. You've heard their reactions and, of course, counter-reaction ranging from what is happening in Isako, ward of the APC, the chairman maintaining that the suspended chairman remains suspended as against what 17 out of 27 came out to say the suspension had been lifted. They talked about it following the due process, though the process wasn't followed. But Leo said he's no longer in the party, he doesn't know what is really going on in the party, but he said he had a preview. After all, the governor is now in PDP. The secret might have been made open. And of course the Gazette. Take it up from there.
Thank you very much, Wilson, for having me. Good morning, viewers. I want to comment first and foremost on the movement of the governor to the People's Democratic Party. I want to say that the movement of people from one political party to another is now very much commonplace in our political terrain. Yeah. No matter how high up you are or how low below you are in a political party, it is taken for granted that you can move. So to that extent, the governor has not committed any crime by moving. However, there are implications of his movement. And some of the implications are, without the ballot papers, without the say of the people, so to say, without a judicial pronouncement, Edo State is now having a PDP governor. That is the implication. The Constitution also states clearly that the mandate of a people belong to a political party. Of course, an individual has to, offer himself for contestation. But be that as it may, I want to take it for granted that the governor has not committed any crime. Now, as per the crisis in the APC, there are a whole lot of issues that came up and that has led us to where we are today. However, on the suspension or purported or alleged suspension of the national chairman, which has been affirmed by the Court of Appeal, as a law-abiding citizen, the comrade governor, as he then was, now APC national chairman, in person of Comrade Adams Ochomele, obeyed the rulings of the court. But just yesterday, members of the APC executive, Ward 10, Isako, 17 of them came out on air to say that the suspension of the national chairman has been lifted. The Constitution simply states that what they need to do is a majority, a simple majority, not necessarily an absolute majority. From what we have on ground as of today, I think it was about now a 10 ward executive that suspended the national chairman. Now 17 members have now come out that the suspension has been lifted. I very much believe that, except the arithmetic that they taught us in school is nonsense, except we are having an arithmetical aberration or a mathematical misery, I believe that 17 is greater than 10. anywhere.
But what he said, he talked about the process from local government to states. That was how the suspension was placed on the former comrade governor and of course a suspended national APC chairman. Now he said the process wasn't followed, though Louis is a member of the party that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Who are those listed? So where is the chairman of the
hold on, Ferris, hold on. Now he has the floor, you know why. So please take it up from there.
Yeah. Well, as for the process that was followed, the National Working Committee has not come out to fault the process. So and neither has any court of law faulted the process that was followed in lifting the suspension of the national chairman. So I don't believe that anybody has more competence than maybe the National Working Committee or a court of competent jurisdiction to adjudicate on such matter.
Now, all right, now, who are those that really lifted the suspension? Because from what the chairman said is not even in the number. I don't think that the chairman's position also should be considered for such an act to be undone after he was in the middle of it all. But now he's not part of it. According to reports on the papers, he said the suspended national chairman remains suspended.
The chairman of a party is just one single individual, and he cannot speak for the collective. Like I just said, anywhere in the world.
I mean, he doesn't have the power to do that.
No, I don't believe he has the power to.
But he's the chairman.
Yes, he is the chairman. Nobody is disputing that. If he's the chairman, nobody is faulting him that he's the chairman. But he doesn't have, he has not gotten the power to single-handedly say that what majority of his executive has done cannot stand.
All right, Ferris. Well, the thing is just this. Now, still on that Gazette issue, because he too is going to react to that Gazette thing, knowing fully whether it's done willingly or not. The law or the rules put on the ground in the fight against COVID-19 was violated. I don't think that
the governor, I will emphasize this again to you. I said the governor did not break any rule. And I explained how the people that came to the venue came there. And we've gone past there. So
no, hold on, because he's going to react to that. Tomorrow primaries will take place.
Yes.
And there's this issue of the Gazette.
Were we at one venue? Was the governor in one venue for the event? I'm asking you. Was the governor coming to PDP, was it done at multiple venues? Was it a one gathering in one place? So when you say the governor has broken the law, I keep asking, how did the governor break the law? You said the governor faulted the...
I was asking the question.
Yes.
When they fought it.
And I've repeated, first of all, the gathering was in one place. It wasn't in multiple venues. And if you read the Gazette, it says the gathering has to be on one place. And that's what happened that day. Despite the fact that 99.9% of the people that were there, that they were invited, they moved there because they heard that the governor, people, you can't say, people love the governor. The governor is very well loved. Anywhere he goes, people want to see him. People want to, they were excited. The excitement is what brought that huge crowd. But even at that, it's in one venue. The Gazette says that we must have political in one venue. So whatever mode of primaries that the APC have chosen to do, is still going to happen in one venue. That's what the Gazette says. So let's not confuse this at all.
All right, now he's talking about confusing it that the government didn't break any rule. We'll talk about the Gazette. Sir, what do you feel about this?
If it is said that Governor Godwin Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, during the time of his movement to the PDP, did not break any rules or any law by virtue of the number of people gathered to witness his defection or his movement to the People's Democratic Party, then the governor will have no moral rights, no moral justification to fault any gathering where more than 20 people are gathered, except my friend and brother Fares is telling us that Edo people are blind, except he's telling us that the people that were gathered at the PDP secretariat were not up to 20 people, according to the rules. If they were more than 20 people in that space, in that room, that secretariat where the movement took place, then when you come down, the people that were gathered elsewhere, except is telling us that they were not more than 20, and they were all wearing face masks, and they were all observing social distancing, except he's telling us that that was what took place. If that was not what took place when the governor was moving, I want to say that the governor has broken the rules of engagement, and he therefore has no moral right to fault any other political gathering henceforth.
All right, now he's talking about the Gazette because he talked about stiff penalty meted on anyone or any group of persons that violate the Gazette. Do you see arrests taking place tomorrow? Because the APC, according to report, we're having their primaries, and according to the municipal report, they are going to do the direct form of primaries, each one in their units or wards or thereabouts. Fares, take it up from there.
Well, there is a law on ground. Let tomorrow come, let's see what the APC will do. So, you know, I can't speak for the APC. I'm not a member of the APC, you know, but what I know is that there's a Gazette on gathering, and if they have to gather, it has to be in one place. And that's what the law says. So I cannot speak for them. I'm not the one who is organizing the APC primaries. So I think that question will be better suited for him, who is a member of the APC. You know, so but what I know is that there's an active law, and if you want to the leadership of the APC, they already know that if you are a good citizen, you must respect the laid down rules and laws. And nobody is asking the APC not to conduct their primaries. What the governor has said that they should do it within the laid down rules that covers COVID-19 for the period, for the time being.
All right. All right. Now, let me come to it. It's like some persons are not defecting, some are still staying put in the APC, despite the fact that the governor defected or deputy governor defected. But we have some person that says that APC is their home and they are there. How do you feel about the development, having in mind that this set of persons were the one championing the cause of the governor? Should your party right now be worried about the presence of this set of persons that are still there in the APC?
Not at all. Politics is a game of number. As a matter of fact, I want to believe that the present situation is actually favoring the APC more. Now, there are people that are disgruntled in the PDP, you know, because the governor Obaseki has come to join them, and from the look of things, he's going to get the tickets.
Please, who are those people?
Yeah, PDP members. We have them as friends. You know, I can tell you categorically. I watched a video. I watched a video, and that video is already in the public. You know, of for instance, Honorable Bedu Yama complaining, and I have some of his followers as well as friends who are saying that this is not acceptable to them. They are PDP members. Now, some of them are already not happy. They are already protesting that somebody who just came is coming to pick the ticket, and this is somebody that has been verified and trashed, you know, by PDP members before now. You know, they've even questioned his credentials. So some of those people are still there. Now, those people are actually looking at, you know, the candidates that the APC will throw up with a view of supporting them. Now, the people that did not follow the governor Godwin Obaseki, what that simply shows is that they are not happy with his movement, that they love their political party. You know, at the end of the day, the APC is going to have more foot soldiers to work during the election. In my own opinion, I very much believe that is a welcome development.
But have this in mind, the chairman of ASACO, he's in total support of Governor Godwin Obaseki, and I still the one insisting that the national chairman remains suspended. Where's the unity?
Thank you. Before the election.
And there are others also in that same category.
Yes. Before the elections, I can categorically tell you that there are still going to be a lot of consideration, permutation, reconciliation. It's an ongoing process. Nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow. But I very much believe that water will naturally find its level.
No, all right. Now, Farais, he just mentioned the name. I never wanted to go into mention about those disgruntled elements. I will last say, I wouldn't use the word, it's so harsh, disgruntled. They are not happy with the arrangement in your party. Do you see it affecting the chances of the governor?
I answered that question before.
Yes, I know, because right now you just mentioned the name. Then I never raised any name. I was like, some person just mentioned the name.
No. I mean, he talked about the video. I've not seen that video. But what I can tell you is that the vast majority of PDP members, PDP leaders, are in support of Governor Obaseki joining the PDP, and they are happy. And the members are happy. So an APC member cannot be telling me that PDP members are disgruntled. There are far more disgruntled people within the APC right now than any other party. You can see from the litigations and counter-litigations everywhere within the APC, from the national to the state level, at all corners. The party is vastly divided. You have two APC chairmen, you have two APC executives at all levels. And then we are talking about people being disgruntled in PDP. We should be more concerned that the party, the APC right now, as it is right now, can't even go into election, because you don't even know who is going to conduct, faction is going to conduct primaries, which faction is going to conduct which primaries. Because you have the Asklerojosa faction saying that they are not in support of the governor of Imo State as a choice of the committee chairman for the primaries in Edo. So the party, the APC, is completely divided, is completely broken, and then APC members are talking about those who are disgruntled. Then the PDP have two state chairmen in Edo. No, the PDP is united, the PDP is happy. Governor Obaseki has come to join the PDP, and this just come, he came with huge goodwill, so many thousands and thousands and thousands of supporters, and then he has come in as someone that we can throw up in the elections and win with, because we all understand that Governor Obaseki's power is with the people. The people are largely in support of the government. The people are happy with Governor Obaseki. If you go to the street, sample your opinions, you'll see that 9 of every 10 people are in support of Governor Obaseki.
All right.
And his policies.
All right.
And the PDP is happy to have someone like that within our rank.
Okay.
Going into this election.
Now, you're going to have your last take on this, because you have a legal practitioner to really throw more light on this quickly, briefly.
Now, you just agreed that the people are happy with the policy of the APC.
With the governor.
Indirectly. Now, the policies that were implemented by Governor Obaseki were the policies of the APC.
But now it's in the PDP.
Yes.
So you can say it's the policy of the PDP right now.
Well, those are not his policies. All right. I maintain my stand.
If the APC appreciates good policies, appreciates smart governance, then they would give the kind of treatment they gave to the governor. If the APC was happy with the policy of the governor, some of the APC leaders who have been disgruntled, who have been crying on TV that the governor has taken food from their mouth, they will be in that position that they are right now.
Right.
The fact that you agree that the governor has done well in terms of policy.
I said, if you are saying you said, that means the gentlemen are happy.
Yes. If the people are happy with just policies.
Gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. It's okay. Let's get to hear from Samuel Erigaton, of course, Barrister Thango Deluebe, on the opinions and views on this. I appreciate your wonderful analysis. It's like the battle rages on. Let's see when and when will Edo State get to El Dorado. The election is building up. We'll be right back.